What's the biggest sale taxes that you guys have in America? Is what? 20% maybe? It is 23%. Is actually a lot, I feel like. Today I will be reacting to advice for British, also European people visiting America. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much, my friend. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. You guys end up suggesting this one a couple of times. One thing to do. Let's play it.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to travel.
Okay.
Specifically, travel between the two countries. And today, in what is the start of a two-part series, I will be giving my British subscribers some advice on what to know before travelling to the United States. And I know what you're thinking, ooh, Lawrence, I thought you didn't like giving unsolicited advice. And I don't. My team are making me do this because I'm a British and American citizen and therefore some sort of expert. And so since I have visited both countries on 4 billion different occasions, I suppose I might as well tell you what I've learned. And if you're watching this video and thinking, who the heck is this guy? That probably means you're not subscribed to this channel. So I've just...
And to be honest, Lawrence is a superstar. Can we agree with that?
got 2 words for you. Do that now. That's 3 words.
I mean.
In the meantime, here are 7 things that British people ought to know before visiting the United States.
That's it.
One thing that I'll never get used to.
Airport security. Oh, in America you guys are really on top of the game when it comes to security at airports for logic reasons, right? Since, yeah, probably there is a lot of countries trying to mess with America. So this makes a lot of sense.
Is being touched up and down by people in rubber gloves. And this is especially true in airports. And that, unfortunately, was the best way we could think of to segue into airport security. And don't get me wrong, nobody in either country likes the drudgery of having to haul your suitcase onto a conveyor belt only for a stranger to open it up and reveal to the world your collection of tubes. Dear God. I'm talking about my camera equipment, you dirty little... But pound for pound, I'd say that this process is a little less stressful in Britain. You see, it's often noted that American airport security is little more than theatre. And I don't mean that all of the agents start singing Jesus Christ Superstar. I mean that it's all for show. Take off your shoes. Why? Are you inviting me into your house? Make sure all of your electronics are in a separate tray. People think it's easy being a YouTube sensation.
Wait, airport security in America is really this crazy? How true is this, my friends? Now I'm actually quite curious.
And then when you're done with all of that, make sure you pull your trousers back up after they fell down because you removed your belt. To be fair, that happened to me in British airports too. And then there's American immigration officers who sternly ask you questions like, what is the nature of this visit? What's your mother's maiden name? What's in the box?
I would be so scared. What's the nature? I would say, my friend, I have a channel where I react to American stuff and I feel like it's time for me to arrive at this country. The guy goes, yeah, that's not a great explanation. Okay, well, I'm going back to Lisbon. Bye. Ciao.
That was Brad Pitt in 7. My advice to you there is don't panic unless you're Gwyneth Paltrow. Again, it's theatre. Speak calmly, truthfully, and don't forget to project! Not that kind of theatre.
Getting around? What?
People say to me, Lawrence, I want to visit America, and when I'm there, I want to see New York City, the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls for some reason,
That's me. I was that guy at one point. Dude, when I go to America, I really thought about this at night. When I go to America, I'm going to see the Statue of Liberty. I'm going to see the Yellowstone. I'm going to see the Grand Canyon. I may go to Miami one day just to drink, a pina colada in the beach. After that, a couple of minutes, I'm in Texas eating a nice brisket. And yeah, I will do this all in a week. You guys told me. André? Nonsense. You, oh, poor guy.
Texas, like the whole state, and then Disney World. Well, I've got news for you. Unless you plan to be here for 6 months or you own a time machine, that's not going to happen, because that would be like 10,000 miles of journey time. So when visiting the United States, it's a good idea to pick one kind of micro region. Then once you've got that down, figure out how you're going to get around. After all, I'm sure you've heard me mention before that America isn't as good as Britain when it comes to trains, buses, and broomsticks. Depending on where you are in the country, your best bet is probably to rent a car. Then, of course,
okay, this is my plan, to be honest. So my plan right now, my friends, and I change this like every hour, so in tomorrow's video, maybe it's a different one. But my plan right now is actually, André goes to airport in Lisbon, US Airlines, I'm not even sure if that exists. I arrive in New York. Yeah, forget about it, bringing my coffee. Okay, that was bad. But I arrive in New York. And I went to New York is such an iconic city that I have to visit. But I will be there 1 day or 2. That's it. No more than that. After that, I pick the car I rented, Mustang, or Camaro, or any other car that I can afford, actually. That's probably the plan, and forget the names I said. But I go to Texas. Oh, wait. I go to Texas. No, that's them, right? I cannot go from New York to Texas by car. That would is like what 2 years in the road. I don't know that, but that's a lot, right? Okay, forget the plan. Let's start from the beginning. I go Lisbon, New York, Statue of Liberty, photos, Instagram, all of that stuff. Nice. Go to the airport again. Pick a flight to Texas, and in Texas I rent a car. That's it. I figure out. André, and after that, I have no idea. But I think Texas is big enough for me to spend a lot of time there, right? And in another trip, I would love to visit California and Florida. A bit more sun on both, but I don't know. And the South, oh. And the Grand Canyon, oh my God. And the Yellowstone, oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Of course, you'll have to contend with
America is too big for me to see everything in one go.
Driving on the opposite side of the road, operating a larger vehicle than you.
So let's run this one back. I went in a crazy plan that probably does not work.
Broomsticks. Depending on where you are in the country, your best bet is probably to rent a car. Then,
Okay.
of course, you'll have to contend with driving on the opposite side of the road, operating a larger vehicle than you're used to.
This is for British. That's weird. We drive like you guys.
And having no idea what some of the road signs mean. Either way, it's important to figure out all of this before visiting the United States so that you don't end up stranded on the interstate thumbing down vehicles like it's the 70s. I mean, that's how I met Chainsaw Jim, and I no longer have a shed. In
Plugs.
this 21st century world, there's a good chance that when you visit America, you'll be bringing with you a little something called electronics. This might be a laptop computer, a mobile
Oh, it's true. I forgot about that. The plug is different.
phone, or other
It's kind of funny because the European plug is different than the British one, and the British one, there is 3 or maybe there is 4 in China, who knows.
things that vibrate. Either way, at some point, there's a good chance that you're going to need to insert it into a plug socket. And here's the thing, on either side of the pond, plug sockets look different. How do I know this? Because I did a video all about it, and I've lived in both countries. Basically, American plug sockets are completely and utterly a little bit smaller than British
the
ones.
hell?
Additionally, while most of them do have 3 holes, some only have 2, and I'm still talking about plug sockets. Why am I telling you all of this? Well, because your British plug sockets will not fit into those holes. And you might be thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? How do I edit my videos while on holiday? If you're a content creator. If you're not, then just ignore that example. The point is,
But this
just
is
like
for
in
me.
your year 9 chemistry classes, there is a solution. That solution is a converter that you plug into your plug like that.
Dude, that's great technology. Wow.
And then that bit goes into the wall, and then you get the American electricity-ness. And now you might be asking, where can we get these, Lawrence? And the answer is simple. On the
Airport.
World Wide Internet Web. And on that subject, the World Wide Internet Web is where 1/3 of Americans like to do their shopping. And more than 10 million of those shoppers are doing this
Really? That big of a percentage? Recently, this is not even recently, but recently in a big timeline, let's put things this way, I started buying a lot of stuff I would say in the last maybe 3-4 years at Amazon. There is no Portuguese Amazon, but we have a Spanish Amazon and delivers to Portugal, and it's quite nice.
This more cost effectively by using our sponsor today, Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping is a simple browser extension that automatically applies the best available coupon codes to online purchases. Let me give you an example.
You know what? I'm going to even transform the ad into content because this is interesting. You guys really have a lot of coupons. When I go to America, I should take a look at that because I may save a lot of money with I watch this. A TV show in a channel TLC. Do you guys recognize that channel? That there is a lot of women, also men, but a lot of women that when they go shopping, they don't pay. They pay zero. I was like, no chance. But seems like it's actually true. It's kind of crazy.
The extension helped me save over $7 on this table with wheels, which is going to house my laptop, microphone, and sometimes cat. What's more, you don't even need to be a Capital One customer to use the extension. Now at this point, you're probably thinking, Lawrence, just let us know the special lost in the pond code so that we can get the extension at a discounted rate.
Tell me.
And you know what? I'm not going to do that because the extension is completely free. In fact, upon signing up, you'll receive a $10 bonus and earn the chance to win $1,000 a day for the next 30 days.
I might try this, actually.
Just like an overzealous thespian, you better act fast, because this is a limited time offer. Either click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen to add the Capital One Shopping extension to
Okay, scan it, right? I wait. Yeah. Okay, continue.
your mobile and desktop browsers and begin your springtime shopping today.
This is a problem. Sales taxes, because they are different from state to state.
On the subject of purchases, there's one major difference between shopping in the UK and shopping in the United States. In the UK, you'll be used to walking through the shopping aisles and thinking, look at the price of that meat. It includes value-added tax. Isn't that amazing?
Same
Nobody
here.
actually does that. But that was my way of illustrating that in Britain, the price you see on the price tag is the price that you pay at the till. In America, which is still in this direction, this is not the case. In fact, the reason that I include this is that I discovered it as a visitor myself.
You've been cleared for landing.
During a visit to Portland, not the weird one, but the one in Maine, I bought a Beatles
What the hell is the weird Portland? These jokes, they go over my head.
album because it's just something I do on every continent. And I was fairly happy to find that, oh, look at this. It's under $10. That is a bargain. So I take it up to the till, pull out a big $10 bill,
Boom, $15.
not that big, all the cash is the same size, and say, here you go, have a bit of that, until she rings it up. And it says $11.57. All right,
Okay.
I'll pull out some coins. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it is a bit of a surprise when you first do it.
See other places. Okay. What's the biggest sale taxes that you guys have in America? Is what? 20% maybe? It is 23%. Is actually a lot, I feel like. But since it's already priced in, you don't think about that. It's kind of a scam if you really think about. But in America, I don't know. I mean, there is a lot of places that is like 12%, stuff like that, right? But there is a place like 35%. No, that's no chance. You guys have guns. That is not allowed. Yeah, never mind.
One thing that stands out to me about people that visit the United States is that we do tend to visit the tourist hotspots. And this makes sense because they're tourist hotspots. They have the things you need like entertainment, shops. But we often forget that there are some lesser visited places that are also worthy of your
I have to do this. George Washington. Jefferson Thomas. Thomas Jefferson. Oh my God, no, I'm not sure. Roosevelt the First. Abraham Lincoln, my favorite. Thomas Jefferson, right? Or Jefferson. Potato, you know what I mean? But see, I know those four.
This makes sense because
Biden should send me the papers, the American sites. No, okay, never mind. Maybe Trump in the future.
they're tourist hotspots. They have the things you need, like entertainment, shops. But we often forget that there are some lesser visited places that are also worthy of your time. Like, for example, Mackinac Island, which is not pronounced Mackinac Island. Or, instead of Orlando, Florida, check out St. Augustine, Florida. Said to be the oldest city in the United States and home to old Spanish architecture. Whatever it is, if you want to see America, don't be afraid to be a contrarian. It's okay to tell your friends back home, no, I didn't go to Las Vegas. We spent a week in Asheville, North Carolina, which is probably where the conversation will end. But you'll...
Okay. I agree with this a lot. The only exception I will make, also because the flights are cheaper to there, different story for another day, it's New York. I have to visit New York. No chance. I mean, if I go to America and I don't see New York, what the hell I'm doing? You know, and there is a lot of Americans that I never saw New York. Okay, but, you know, I feel like I have to do it. And I like the Statue of Liberty.
You'll have had good memories. Most people are probably aware that the United States...
Tipping. 20%. I'm aware. If I really like it, 35%.
It has a tipping culture, much to the annoyance of cows. But that tipping culture also extends to restaurants and bars. And British people, for whom tipping isn't a requirement back home, are often confused about how much they should tip. Well, in a sit-down restaurant where servers come to your table, it is recommended that you tip between 15 and 20% of the bill. So, if the bill reads $75, then you add on
$11.25 to $15.
$11.25 to $15. And Lauren...
To be honest... This, if you are not good at math, this could be a problem.
Would you do this at Burger King? And the answer is no, because I don't go in Burger King. But if I did...
And, guys, I'm on top of my game on this type of stuff already. You don't tip at Burger King. You just tip at McDonald's because they are... No, I'm joking. You tip... you don't tip at fast food.
The answer would still be no, because fast food restaurants don't expect you to. I hope. Otherwise, I've been a complete for the last 16 years. And for a beer at a bar, it's a good rule of thumb to tip between $1 and $2. Just don't get...
Why are you laughing, André? Because $2 is the price of a beer. It's not even $2 in a lot of places. So if I put that, I'm paying $2. It's crazy.
So drunk that you forget this step, like I did
paying $2 for my standards. I get it, my friend.
12 years ago at the Doubletree in Westminster, Colorado.
This is a problem. Your accent? Russian accent.
And finally, something
weird because I'm Portuguese, but
that I've benefited from, both as a visitor and a resident of the United States, is this. Some Americans incorrectly assume that I'm smart just because of my accent. And what I'm saying to you...
Yeah, but I feel like the British accent have glamour, you know what I mean? It's kind of, you know... I think I cannot do the British accent, but the Russian on, no, you guys start thinking about other stuff, no chance.
To you is, use that to your advantage. In fact, this is especially true if you do visit the places that aren't necessarily tourist hotspots. You see, in major cities like New York or Chicago, a British accent is a dime a dozen, to the extent that nobody really asks me about my accent here. But back when I lived in Indiana, they treated me like royalty. But if you come here and say words like tomato, banana, water, Americans will absolutely love you, or think you have a weird diet. Either way, your accent alone is a good icebreaker if you're the sort of person who likes to be talked at. And if you're not, then don't talk.
Okay, final thoughts actually on this. You know what I was thinking about, André? You think too much? Yeah, that's a problem. But I was thinking about what if I go to America and I try the South accent? Russian from the South. No, that makes no sense. There is no Russians in the South. Okay.
I suppose...
Hey y'all, bring me my coffee. No, that's a mix. No, that does not work.
Bonus piece of advice would be, just have fun. America is a very surprising country with very surprising people. In fact,
I love America, my friend.
In part 2 of this series, I will be advising some of those people on what to know before visiting Britain. So click my bell if you'd like to be notified of that. In the meantime, a big thank you to my patrons who continue to make this channel possible. If you would like to become a patron of Lost in the Pond and support the work I do, you can do so today at patreon.com/lostin.
Okay, give all the support to Lawrence. One thing, what the hell is this? Why do some Americans pronounce forward like that? Sorry. Like that. Forward. Go forward. Or toward left. No, this is easy. That's it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Really means a lot that you guys end up spending this time with me. It's always a pleasure because I know you guys could be watching other content creators. Do not forget to leave a like. See you guys next time.